was just smoking on us with that ass in that bitch. She tell on top of that ass in my face. Try to run for the bullets, can't run for that cake. She gon' put my nigga running, we shoot at his face. Bitch, I'm on my any sick nigga, move out of place. I know from afar about another kid. Look how cool I'm for, nigga, my name is Chase. Got your dumb that bitch, I'ma run in your place. Put some white on her smile, yeah, that bitch a bitch. Yeah, I know West man, nigga, so that feel like Drake. This nigga hates it, cause he not up in my place. I had him in my body.
What's going on? It's undercover. Essentially, this is just like, I don't even know, it's just a little setup, little template on how I'd kind of set up a session if I was recording, tracking, or if I was to mix on some shit. It's real simple, there ain't no plugins on here, but I just added this for the sake of the recording. And then, essentially, if you were setting up a session, what I would do personally is I'd get my beat first. So let me just get beat out for you guys. I'll just bring out some old shit that I don't care about. I'll bring this up, for example. And I see the BPM, so cool. It's 27. I'll put this to 27 and do this and do this. Cool. So now it's aligned to the grid to check if stuff's aligned to the grid, see where the AO8 hits, and if it's like damn near close on some shit, it's perfectly fine. And then from there, my beat is on, like 1, for example. You can set yours up however you want, but I kind of do it like this. And from there, like, play the beat, obviously. All right, so I personally like add an OO key so I could check the key, but it says it's in C major, but always just double check, either with tune back or this. All right, so it's D minor. Sometimes the melody and the AO8s could be 2 different keys, for example, so make sure you like OO key here, or OO key where the drums here, and the AO8s. And then, sometimes, this is like detune. Right? So this could be like, let's just say it's 437. Then, when you come to like your O-tune, for example, so I like using metatune, but I'll show you, essentially both for Taris and metatune. So, for Antares, I'll just put this in. So, you'd get your key, you'd do your retune speed, whatnot, and this is the detune, essentially. So if the beat was on like 439, for example, I said 437, so we'll do 437. So essentially, the detune will be like this. Now, it will be on the thing because a lot of beats are detuned. Detuned beats are essentially like the pitch and sense, and like just all of that. But, and then for metatune, you'll come here and you'll do it here. When you're recording in metatune, make sure you're on low latency key. When you're on auto-tune, make sure you're recording in low latency once again. On my PC, I got a Focusrite interface. Make sure that wherever you record with, it's on the lowest latency to where your Mac, your PC, anything can handle. With my UAD, Apollo, or my MacBook, I record with literally nothing to no latency. That's if you want to hear yourself back. That's if you want no latency. And it's basically like you're recording as if you can hear yourself in real life through the thing. So, you're not a beat or anything. A lot of people like to pretend this is like a vocal. Some people will record this like this, and they're having to punch it over, nudge it, and stuff like that. With this method, you kind of still do sometimes. But, obviously, it depends on your PC, the way that you're recording. Now, on top of that, if you hover over this, and you look up here real quick, you'll see. This has 2.88 milliseconds of latency. The auto-tune has 2.54. These all add latency, like the compressor has this. These all have latency. So when you add plugins, like a favorite DSR that I use is FabFilter. You can see it says 14 delay of latency milliseconds. So when you're recording, always check which ones have the highest. You can get away with like the lower ones that maybe like this is like 2. Like this one's on like below 2, maybe 3, and then just turn the rest of them off. But really and truly, this is like the recording, so you don't want to have too much on there. Like I have metatune, an EQ to roll off a bit, the low end, and a compressor. This is like I don't use this exactly, but you could just go ahead and do this because a lot of you guys don't have preamps. So your interfaces already have preamps in general. And then, make sure this is always on post. And you, obviously, make sure your inputs are in mono. Make sure you're tracking in mono, and just everything else here will come out stereo. So then it like comes in between two ears. If you're recording stereo, the mixing is going to be very weird. Now, from there, you have everything on your main. For this, I usually have a preset, right? So let's just say this is my preset. I'll just load up a whole bunch of whatnot rubbish like this. So this could be my preset, right? Now say now, all of this, like the EQs, for example, have nothing to delay. Say now the patcher has the most delay, with, like I showed you here in the top left. I'll just essentially just turn this off. When I used to record, I used to just turn the main preset off and just record through, because this is getting printed with the metatune and the EQ and the compressor into this. But then the signal is giving me delay and reverb, for example. So I'm hearing reverb and delay only, as well as my auto-tune and stuff. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe and share to your friends. Thanks for all the support. Signing off.